Hey there, so here I am with my collector's hat ready, my macchiato ready to be put on, my caramel macchiato. So when I come back, we're going to be talking about my Criterion Collection. See if we can get some, basically share what I got and see if there's any kind of like Christmas ideas you can get the last minute for the discerning collector, because after all, Criterion is supposed to be one of the most important labels in the world. And let's look at it and see. I've got a new one to show you, and we'll see what other stuff that's out there that you might want to get. And maybe there's you steered away from Criterion because of price or because you didn't think there'd be anything there that's for you. I'm going to try to look through here and find something for each and every one of you that you're going to want to pick up. Coming up next, right here, right now. Hey there, and welcome to my Criterion Collection in-depth look. I've got my sippy cup of caffeine here, my caramel macchiato. So let's start off with my very latest Criterion release that I picked up. This is one that's picked up during the Barnes & Noble sale. Where I live in Canada, it can sometimes take a long time, and I do mean a long time. So I got this when the Barnes & Noble sale happened back in November. When I got this, I ordered it right at the beginning. Actually, it was the only time I could get anything. I got one thing, and I just got it today. I had literally forgotten about it. So, it is F is for Fake. It's one that I do. As you can see, it's not even opened up yet. I did get to very curious about this one. This is the one I really want. I'm a big Orson Welles fan, and this has a kind of a cool, like, it's kind of a part documentary. It blurs the lines between documentary and actual film, so you really gotta look into this one and kind of go the extra mile. But it's really cool. It's really worth it. The features on this thing, I'll talk about features on some of these here, because this one here really needs to be talked about. We got an introduction from Peter Bogdanovich, an episode of the talk show Tomorrow from 1975 featuring an extensive interview with Orson Welles' one-man band, a documentary from 1995 about all of Orson Welles' unfinished projects. I cannot wait to watch that. Almost True, the Noble Art of Forgery, a 52-minute documentary from 1997 about art forger Elmer Dore. 60 Minutes interview from 2000 with Clifford Irving about his Howard Hughes autobiography hoax. Audio recordings of Hughes' 1972 press conference exposing the hoax. There's a ton of stuff on this. Obviously, for the ton of features and stuff in the movie itself, I wanted to get F is for Fake. It was my one thing that I picked up. I didn't pick up any of the stuff that you probably expect me to pick up, The Brood, any of that type of stuff. I knew that this is one I needed. I need to have it on Blu-ray. Here's one that's not on Blu-ray yet, but I will get the Blu-ray down the road because I got this one for a really cheap price. And this is the 2-disc DVD edition of The Life Aquatic. I did really enjoy this. I do think if you're looking into Criterions and you don't want to go into some of the... some things can be pretty... it depends on what you're into. But Wes Anderson is a pretty easy... follow when you are starting on Criterion, and it's kind of fun. Some of his films are lighter than others. They're very quirky, they're very unique, and they have a very Wes Anderson style to them. If you're not a fan of Wes Anderson films, normally you're not going to become a fan by the next Wes Anderson film. It's kind of like John Irving. You either like John Irving's style stuff or you don't. Like, you're either going to like Hotel New Hampshire and you're probably going to like World According to Garp, or you're not. And the reason that I say that is because I think Wes Anderson has a very John Irving-esque style to him. Life Aquatic is a fun little film. I really like it. Bill Murray's amazing in it, as always. Next up is one of my favorite comedies from there, and it's a really cutting one too, and that's To Be or Not to Be with Jack Benny. This is by Ernest Lubitsch, and of course Logan will talk to you about him a lot. And Carole Lombard's very last film, actually. She's a beautiful woman, fantastic actress, and unfortunately she passed away shortly after this film. I am a huge fan of To Be or Not to Be, the original, and I just thought Jack Benny just did such an amazing job on this one here. It's a 2-disc one. There's the, God, what's on this one again? Yeah, Pincus Schuhpalz, 1916 German short, and Lubitsch, a 2010 documentary on the director's career. Definitely worth picking up. It's really funny. It's poignant. It really gets its point across. Set in World War II, Jack Benny is an actor that has to help take on the Nazis reluctantly, but he does so. Watch the movie, find out more. It's just fantastic. John Frankenheimer's Seconds. This is my style of I guess sort of sci-fi film. I do like this film here. It's a lot of paranoia in the film. Rock Hudson does an incredible job in this one. I love the artwork on the cover here. I'm sorry about the glare here, but it's what I got pop with one here in this room. Um, but there's some great stuff in here as well. I have it says basically a thing on Rock Hudson and some interviews. I'm glad that I also have the Manchurian Candidate on my Arrow Academy release, so that I can have like the John Frankenheimer director's episode. And I do like John Frankenheimer a lot. This is one of my favorites. The newer films that Criterion put out that I got is The Devil's Backbone. It is actually number 666 in our Criterion Collection. I kid you not. 666. It's kind of cute that they did it that way. Del Toro is a very fantastic filmmaker. He's very stylistic, very cinema. He's very much a visual filmmaker. You've probably seen the Hellboy films, at least, and those are some great stuff that he's done. He's done earlier stuff like Cronus, The Devil's Backbone. It's kind of the more and more horror stuff, but there's still there's a lot into this. I like this type of film. I thought it haunted me a bit, and I just loved it. My all-time favorite silent film so far that I've watched from Criterion, it wasn't a Charlie Chaplin film actually. It was actually Safety Last with Harold Lloyd. This is a movie that is pitch perfect. That scene that you're seeing right there, it's a pretty famous scene. But the whole thing is that how it works up to this scene, and how it works up to every scene. Each scene kind of seamlessly blends into one another. The film is so flawlessly put together. It's just amazing the way that moves from gag to gag without anything seeming forced. Harold Lloyd is just fantastic in the role that he does. He's not the overly sympathetic character that you would see Charlie Chaplin be. He's not the character that Buster Keaton would be. The boy is definitely his own character, and I really enjoy it. I really do recommend it. It's got a great documentary on there as well. Safety Last. Next up is every now and again, and I recommend you do this. Get yourself something in the Criterion when the sale comes up. Something something that you wanted to check out. But then look at something that you haven't seen, haven't checked out before, don't know anything about it, and you want to go and find out more. I get a lot of stuff this way. I find a lot of good stuff. Now, my better half would know this one more than I did. But it's the Pierre Toe, I think is set, a 2. The Suitor, Yo-Yo, As Long As You've Got Your Health. Rapture, Happy Anniversary, The Grand Amour, and what's the last ones again? Feeling Good, and Land of Milk and Honey. It's a great collection of a great French comedic actor. He does have his Harold Lloyd, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin-esque aspects to him. I really did enjoy this one here, so if you haven't checked it out, it's definitely worth checking out. Gator Hill, I actually won this one on eBay, brand new. It was and I got it for really cheap, like for $5. I've heard a lot of great stuff, and I don't remember this movie. I know that's when it came out in, was it 50, 53, something like that. But it's one that I haven't watched yet, and if I've seen it before, I don't remember it right now. I probably haven't. I'm going to kick myself when I turn down. I'm like, oh, that's that movie. But I can't honestly tell you. I know the cover is gorgeous, and I hear it's a fantastic film, but I haven't seen it. I'll be honest when I haven't seen something, or when there's a movie in my collection that I actually don't like, and I got it too because it was cheaper to pad out my collection. So I'm not going to lie to you about that, like on the Scream Factory one. Next up is Monsieur Verdot. This is one of my Charlie Chaplin films that I enjoyed growing up. It's a very kind of an anti-war film. He plays a lady killer. Literally, he's a killer in this movie, and he's very charming. He's a very charming character, and it's hard to find him despicable, but he does some really despicable things. But what he does is he shines a light on exactly what's going on around that time period, and it's a great one. And there are some documentaries on this. There's Chaplin Today documentary, Chaplin the American Press. Really is worth checking out. It's not the typical Chaplin film. Later on, he took a lot of more chances, like with Monsieur Verdot, Limelight. He did a lot of really stuff that doesn't get applauded the way his earlier stuff does, like Gold Rush or Great Dictator, all amazing films. But some of these other ones that he took chances on, he took some risks. They're not as well known, but they do deserve to be. And I'm glad Criterion's putting them out. Sippy cup that caffeine. I'm a huge Fritz Lang fan. Gotta love the German expressionism, those kind of just the way the things are all done, angulistic. Uh, Ministry of Fear, really cool movie. This one I bought because I love Raymond Land, I love Fritz Lang, and I love these style of films. Definitely worth checking out. This is usually one of the cheaper ones. Not a lot of features on it. It's just pretty much a bare bones movie, but it doesn't matter. It's a great presentation, great film, really worth watching. One of my favorites, and a Rene Clement movie, is Purple Noon. Stars Alain Delon, very young Alain Delon, as you can see. He plays, well, Mr. Ripley. This is the original Mr. Ripley film. I really dig this. I like Patricia Highsmith's work, and I love, of course, Strangers on a Train, which Alfred Hitchcock got. Alfred Hitchcock got Strangers on a Train because he did not get this one here, and he was pissed. He wanted to do the Mr. Ripley story. Now, of course, Mr. Ripley will be done later on by Matt Damon, and of course later on we also see like a kind of a sequel to it with John Malkovich. But this is the one. This is my favorite actually version of the Mr. Ripley tale. Check it out. It really is worth looking into. I love it. I do love this one. Here's one that a lot of people should have, and I know some people find problematic things with the director, and I definitely respect that and understand that some people do have problems with this director for certain reasons. But the film is definitely something that does belong in everyone's collection. And that is, my friends, Rosemary's Baby by Polanski. Polanski is Martin Scorsese's favorite director. And I can see why. Polanski does, all the other things. Polanski is a fantastic artist. The way that he shoots his films, just the way that he paces them. Movies like Rosemary's Baby, The Tenant was another fantastic film by him. Some of these you're either going to love or hate. And Rosemary's Baby, though, tends to be like a classic. William Castle, the Schlockmeister himself, the guy, the king of the gimmicks, the P.T. Barnum of cinema, actually produced this film. And that really hits me like in the heart, because he had this guy that was doing all these movies, and people kind of like took him off the second-rate Hitchcock. And at the end of the day, what he got to produce one of the most famous horror films of all time, one of the most respected, Rosemary's Baby, with Mia Farrow. John Cassavetes is in this one here as well. So get it for William Castle, the man that did everything he could to entertain you and got to have his place in cinema history. Even if he hadn't done this here, so I love William Castle, but it's good to see that he got to make one of these films, like an A film. This was the first Wes Anderson movie that I picked up. It was Fantastic Mr. Fox. I didn't pick it up at the time it was a Wes Anderson film. I picked it up because I wanted to see Fantastic Mr. Fox. I do like these type of stop motion animation films. I love the story of this one right here. And I think it is overall a great package. I do really love these here, these here kind of packaging over the other ones, and I try to get those whenever I can. So whenever I find something that's gone out of print in that type packaging, and if it's gone over to the clear packaging, I really get bummed out, because I always want that. I always wanted, Tess was one that I was looking for with the packaging, but I know you can't find it anymore. Breathless, Jean-Luc Godard. It's a must. It is a fantastic film. It's got it's a wonderful score. It's a great film. Some wonderful acting in this movie here. This is dual format edition. This is loaded. This is such a cool edition that actually, when I had my 350 subscriber contest, this was the prize. So not this one here, but the copy of Breathless was the prize. My subscriber actually got it before I did. I actually went out and bought it myself afterwards, but because I love this movie so much, and I actually don't mind the Richard Gere remake. A lot of people don't like it, but I do find that there is a lot of merit in that film as well. But you can't put them side by side and compare them. Godard's Breathless is utterly a genius work of art, and it's amazing. So my computer crashed and I'm back. Next up is a film, Picnic at Hanging Rock, and YouTuber on here that I know likes this movie a lot. Okay, I have to stop for a second and to say something. Over the last little while, in YouTube, some of the behind the scenes stuff. There's been drama that's been going on between people, which I guess has something to do with me, but I kind of want to stay out of that type of stuff. I want to keep things nice and happy with my channel. So aside from the obviously really mean trolls that are out there that like just come on and say stuff, I want to like say that right now that I have no problem with anybody on on YouTube really, and that basically, you know, anybody's accounting for me, I don't know, but basically I don't really. Uh, the past is the past. It's Christmas. This is the time of the year that we get over like things that happened before, things that were done, things that were said, and you start fresh, start anew, and just be happy because life's short, man, and that's all there is to say. So, I'll be talking about different people, and some of those people may not speak to one another, but that's with the people that with them, and there's no in particular or anything like that. There's no like gossipy stories I got to give or anything. Any of that stuff. It's just stuff happens. Some people drift away. Some people just don't mix, and that's the way that it goes. Uh, Lots of people out there just don't like me because well they just don't like me. They don't like this, what I'm saying, my style, whatever, and that's cool. And everybody doesn't have to like me. I wish you did, but it's okay. So I'm talking about everybody the same, and I will give props to everybody out there because you guys, are my YouTube friends and family. I try to watch and follow you guys as much as possible, and even when I don't, I know that you're out there, and I know that you're doing content that I really look forward to getting back into again. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: is having fun and talking to people that it's just cool stuff. Christmas time, guys. Let everything go. Picnic at Hanging Rock. Peter Ware. Peter Ware is an Australian director, and if you want to know about Australian stuff, Parsnip, he knows the Australian stuff. He's kind of the guy for this type of stuff. Parsnip Burger started as a commenter on YouTube and has moved into like doing some incredible stuff. So I don't get to watch as much as I really want to, and that's because, to be completely honest, like me, Parsnips makes longer videos. So I'll get down and I'll watch a nice bit, and sometimes I watch by myself, but other times I watch with my better half because we kind of used to watch these videos together. Now she goes off and does her own thing every once in a while now, so I actually get to watch things again. But that being said, if you want to find out more about Picnic at Hanging Rock, I'm sure he's studied Australian like culture, so he would know more about this. I just think this was kind of a cool film. I know that a good friend of mine, Nathan, bored the tears. He was bored tears with this movie, and I know that a lot of people will find this movie like not the most engaging film. It is a very challenging film, but if you really give it the time and like work into it, I think that there's a lot you can take from Picnic at Hanging Rock. The book is just as challenging. Like the book, people got this one here hoping that the book was going to enlighten them more on what was going on in the film, and it just didn't do that. But it had some great stuff. Red River. I like Howard Hawks. I like John Wayne. It was a no-brainer for me. I had the book here as well, and I love getting the Criterions that have the book. It's just cool stuff. I mean, like, it's awesome to actually get a book. And with I read, so reading's kind of it's a cool thing for me. And when I come back, we're gonna get into more of those Criterions right there. And you guys, be awesome. I'll be right back. Godzilla! I'm going to do what everybody that has this Godzilla one does, which I do every time. Because, yeah. Go by this Criterion. Godzilla's a fantastic film. It really, really is a fantastic film. Highly underrated. Even as famous and popular as it is, it's highly underrated as a film, as like such as a great film, and it is a great film. It's not just a great monster film; It's a fantastic film. Here's one of my favorites. One of the ones that I kind of experimented with. I'd heard about the director. I hadn't seen any of his stuff. This gave me a chance to get the complete works of him, and it actually was at a really good price. So it's the complete Jean Vigo. This is the grandfather of course, the French New Wave cinema. And one of my favorite movies, If, was actually came from this Le Conduit. I think Scott was Zero Le Conduit. Yeah, Zero Le Conduit. Actually, was an inspiration for the Malcolm McDowell film, If, and I really did like that movie. I liked this set a lot. I really do recommend you checking it out. It was one of the most pleasant of the experiments that I had. This was no experiment. Stanley Kubrick's The Killing. I just love Kubrick's work. This one has 2 movies on it. Killer's Kiss is on here as well, an earlier film by Kubrick. Great film, not as polished as The Killing, of course. The Killing is a fantastic film. Has some monumentally great scenes, very influential scenes from other films, and I do definitely recommend it. Next up is Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, and this one is a definite classic. It's not the definitive Chaplin, but it's pretty damn close. For me, the definitive Chaplin is still Gold Rush. I really like Gold Rush. It just has something there. I don't own Gold Rush on Blu-ray, actually. I have like the M2K edition that came out first. I have that one, so I haven't upgraded to like the Criterion one because the features wasn't really many different, if any different features on there. But I do have to upgrade that one down the road. But I do love Modern Times. It is a great Chaplin classic. Chaplin is like one of those guys that just makes instant classics. House. This is a batshit crazy movie. It's fun as hell. It is an acid trip of a film. Colorful, wonderful, strange, unusual. But I dug it. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I didn't like it. Everybody loves this movie. I didn't like it. I was bored. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was bored during the movie. Maybe if I went back and rewatched it, I bought this one only and sincerely because this was in the $5 bin at Walmart and it was marked down to $2. And it was Criterion. First of the experiments when I was playing stuff was Science is Fiction. This is fantastic. 22 films by Jean Painlevé. Just check it out. I mean, it's like 3 discs on here. I got the DVD edition. I did really enjoy this film. It's got a lot of really cool stuff, and worth watching. Of course, the original Wes Anderson, Bottle Rocket. I think everybody should own this one if you like Wes Anderson. This is one of my favorites. The Wilson Brothers. I feel like stuff like Wes Anderson I don't have to say a lot about because most people know this stuff already. Nobody's like, I wonder what the Wes Anderson film is. It's pretty mainstream. A lot of people know Wes Anderson. Jean-Pierre Melville. See this one here? This is freaking awesome. Watch this movie. The actor, I think this one has doesn't just have Melville. Yeah, it has Jean-Pierre Melville. Lino Ventura. You are going to see this guy here, Lino Ventura. That's the actor you see on the screen. On the front cover. Once you see him, you're going to want to see more of him. He's one of those guys like Bogey and George Raft and like James Cagney. He's one of those guys with that really tough. It really seems like he's actually tough. He looks like he legitimately would kick your ass, and he does such an amazing job with the roles. And he's not one-dimensional. He's actually a very versatile actor. But he does have these kind of, because of the look he has and the style, the way he carries himself. He really does these kind of gangster type roles, but he does them amazingly. You just don't want to take your eyes off the screen when he's on there. And another film that he did, and he did this one with, of course, John Paul Belmondo. Not sure if he's in this or something. Yeah, John Paul Belmondo, who just done Breathless at the time, so he was like becoming a huge star. I did this one with Lino Ventura, Class to Risk, and I do sincerely, if they're using one French film, you're kind of wanting this one. This is an amazing film. It is just fantastic. It is actually a true story. It's based on a true story anyway. It went down the way that it went down, but oh man, there's some heartbreaking scenes in the film, but it is so great, and there's such stark realism in there, but nothing seems like overplayed. It's not Hollywood. It's just really cool. Speaking of ones that are really cool, this is the most underrated box set I think that Criterion's put out. Features on it? Man. But there's no features really, I don't think. Maybe some commentary or something like that. But we got Monsters of Madman. This is a beautiful box set. Look at this artwork here. First Man on the Moon, Quarters of Blood, Haunted Strangler. Just some great stuff. The Atomic Submarine. Check it out, guys. This really is a great one. You know, when you want something for like Halloween times, this is your Criterion Halloween hookup. Here's one I bought for $1.99. I was pleasantly surprised. Noah Baumbach's Kicking and Screaming. Definitely one worth checking out. Here's one that should be in your collection. Should be in everybody's collection. And George Eyes Without a Face. This was fantastic. It's one of those movies that just really stuck with me. The visuals are incredible. The movie itself is amazing, and a lot of it, what you're going to see in the film, you've seen in lots of films now, but not when this originally came out. This was actually pretty cool the way this was done. A lot of films like cribbed from it and that, but nobody could replace or redo what they'd done. I like the next one because it's out of print. I'm not going to lie. I have a pride with having it out of print. Criterion. And from a director that I really, really admire. Henry George Clouzot's Le Corbeau. Yep, The Raven. Definitely check it out. It's the Poison Pin. I don't know how to describe it. I just really enjoyed this movie. My better half was in a shop in Montreal. It's a video shop, and they had a lot of like rare stuff, and for really good, reasonable prices. And she saw this one, and she was pretty much in the store. I was at work, and she was like sending me pictures of movies. And she showed, this was like the third one. I'm like, you know, get that movie. I want that movie. I love this director. Really recommend it. Highly recommend. If you can find yourself a copy of this one here, it's a really great film. I think anything about the director is great. Get yourself Eureka's The Murder at 21. Just great stuff. Mooney Baba, I love this movie. It's haunting. It's cool. The mask freaks me out. I think that there's a better edition of it from a Masters of Cinema. So I would recommend you probably go towards that one, unless Criterion is going to put out like a new Blu-ray edition of Mooney Baba. And if they don't, well, just go towards Masters of Cinema. Next movie is kind of depressing. I like it. It's not for everybody. It's a drama. It's an English film, and it's Tunes of Glory. Just has to deal with like it's very English. It's very it's sad. I mean, like this one, you know, is not a happy upbeat ending, but it is a great film. I mean, we have John Gielgud in here, John Mills. I did enjoy it. I got this one for 99 cents at a charity shop, actually. Next up is the incredible Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm a really big fan of this movie. Well, basically, I'm a big Terry Gilliam fan. I love his stuff, and I did journalism when I went to school first. And my first time when I was very much younger, before the beard. And I was a huge fan of Hunter S. Thompson. He was kind of my idol. Him, Hunter S. Thompson, and G.B. Trudeau, who did Doonesbury, were like my two journalistic idols, to be completely honest with you. And Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, I wanted to be like Hunter S. Thompson. I wanted to do this stuff. I wanted to be this batshit crazy. I almost was. The Raw Tenenbaums. Great movie. Again, Wes Anderson. It's a classic. Some people consider this the best Wes Anderson movie. It's not my favorite. My favorite I actually don't own. And that's, and that's one, I'm not going to remember the name right now. Three brothers, they're going to see their mom. Everybody here right now is saying the name but me, because I'm totally not remembering right now. Next up is Peter Weir's The Last Wave. Again, like Picnic at Hanging Rock, it's more of a challenging film. I do think this was a really good film. It's Richard Chamberlain there, and I think this one doesn't get enough credit. Doesn't get enough notice. I know everybody talks about Picnic at Hanging Rock. I very rarely hear anybody talk about The Last Wave, but I thought it was a fantastic film. A different one for Criterion, and I'm glad that they put it out, and that's Chasing Amy. I actually bought this at a dollar store, guys. It was brand new. Chasing Amy has some very cool features on it. You know, whoever knew that you're going to find like Ben Affleck in Criterion. Well, maybe nowadays you would, but back then you definitely wouldn't think it. But Chasing Amy is a fantastic little Kevin Smith film. Uh, I would probably put Clerks into a Criterion before I put Chasing Amy, but maybe that's just one they could get. Again, because I like Wes Anderson, I'm not going to, no bones about that. And I really love Rushmore. I really got into this movie a lot. It's just one that I like. I like those coming of age movies. I like Bill Murray, so that was a no-brainer for me. 39 Steps, again, great little film. Ends really abruptly. Uh, Criterion did all the Hitchcock, the early British Hitchcock, a lot of them, and I love the fact that they did this stuff. Uh, really dig this film. If you see a Hitchcock Criterion, pick it up. You're going to be pleased. I'll share what my favorite Hitchcock Criterion is. But first up, there is Beastie Boys. Again, another one I got at a flea market. I couldn't believe it. So this is kind of like their video anthology. Stuff that they did with like a lot of, I guess with Spike Jonze, a lot of it, like Galactic, Shake Your Rump. Doesn't seem like Criterion doesn't anything about that. But they were very like, it's very forward. Sabotage is on here. There's some great songs on here. You have like the option to look for different angles for the videos and stuff. It's really cool. I kind of wish Fight for Right to Party was on there. I know it's not a classic, like it's a classic. It's not like the Criterion style one, but I do love that song. Actually, it's my childhood. That's how it introduced me to the Beastie Boys. Diabolique. I should not have to tell you anything about this movie. You should own this. Own this movie. Go own this movie. This is really good. And talk about the ending with your friends. Let me know, or let them know what you think, how it ended, because it is more up in the air than most people realize. Some people say, yes, this is the ending. It's pretty straightforward. Other people say, what the kid said actually has some validity because what happened earlier in the film. Maybe it's not as straightforward as you think. Watch and find out. If that's you curious, I hope so. You go check out that film. Night to Remember was probably the first Criterion I picked up, I think. I love this movie. It's the my favorite version of Titanic. And this great film. Amazing film. Everybody should own The Seven Samurai. So far, I've got the DVD edition, the Akira Kurosawa film. It's not a great edition, though. A lot of features. Definitely want to be upgrading down the road. It Happened One Night. It's one of the newer ones I picked up. It's the Claudette Colbert and Clark Gable. I do love these type of comedies, these screwball comedies. Some great stuff in it. Great featurettes on here as well. Next up is The Lady Vanishes. Actually has a second film on here. This is a really fun film, one of the lighter Hitchcock films. I did really enjoy it. If you're going into filmmaking, then I strongly suggest you watch this next movie that I'm going to show you, and you watch it with not just with an appreciation, but you watch it with an eye for film itself. Don't Look Now is one of the greatest films for actually really using the area and the editing. The editing in Don't Look Now is incredible. If you're into film and you're studying film, watch the editing in Don't Look Now. It's amazing. Great friend of mine, Faligar, got me this one here, Black Narcissus. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it came out of nowhere. It's one that he got me for Christmas one year. I really appreciated it. He does a lot of these kind of these Let's Plays and stuff. He's really into the gaming now. He used to be a lot into the movies, now he's more into the gaming, but he does some cool stuff. I'll like watch his stuff when I'm at work sometimes, and I'll just like let something Let's Play, like kind of play through, and hopefully not get caught while I'm watching it. But it's some pretty interesting stuff. He does some cool stuff. This is the one that he got me, and I was extremely touched because this is one that my father also thought a lot of as well. So that really meant something to me that Faligar, Sammy, had picked that one up for me. I'm lucky to have a lot of nice people on here. Kiss Me Deadly. My better half got this one for me. I was really down one day, and this was kind of a surprise pick-me-up gift. It seriously was. This is how sweet she is. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love film noirs. And Ralph Meeker in Kiss Me Deadly was just, oh, man. I love this movie. From the opening to it just grabs you and it doesn't let you go. And it's still that type of film. I love the pulp noir kind of like style cover to it. Just incredible stuff. The greatest Hitchcock film put out by Criterion. The Man Who Knew Too Much. Way better than the kind of the more Hollywoodish remake. I did like the other one for what it was, but it's a very light film. This one here is a very tightly directed and edited film. Peter Lorre really steals the show in this one here. There's some fantastic stuff in it, and the female characters, unlike being kind of like window dressing or than some of the later Hitchcock films that you'd see them be, this is a very strong female. She doesn't have a huge part, the mother, but her part is extremely pivotal and amazing in the film. Hitchcock really knew how to direct women, especially in the earlier films. Fritz Lang's and everybody's got to own this. It's a disturbing movie, hard subject matter to get through, but Peter Lorre makes this one chillingly watchable. You knew I was going to have, guys, blowout. I love Brian De Palma. I think that his stuff is extremely underrated. John Travolta and Nancy Allen, and of course John Lithgow, stealing the scene again. This here picture actually really encapsulates the entire film. He is a sound engineer. He's working on like a horror film, trying to get the perfect scream, and the killer has come in and he's to look for some evidence, and he has pretty much like destroyed his room, his life. This is his life, making these getting these sounds. And he's just like completely devastated, and like the mess, in the wake, the remnants of what was his room. Valerie and Her Weekend Wonders. I found this one through basically I saw a video online on YouTube, basically from Criterion, like the kind of a trailer type thing, and visually, stunningly, it blew me away. I still have yet to watch this one, and it looks really amazing. When you're thinking of like coming of age films and Amicore, just Fellini, I do really love this one. 8.5 Prep may be my favorite Fellini, but this is kind of like, well, this is probably one of the, I think most of Fellini's films are personal, but I find this one extra personal, and I just really love the way it was done. Videodrome. You know that I have the Arrow one. I showed you that. I have both because I love Cronenberg, and I'm going to have every freaking feature I can possibly have. And again, another great edition. I love the Arrow edition just a little bit better, but there's some features on here that I wanted and that I didn't want to lose, so I wanted to keep both my editions, kind of make an ultimate Videodrome edition. You can't have one without the other. You got to have them both, the Arrow and that one there. I just really think that they work well together. Sweet Smell Success. Love this movie. Burt Lancaster is such an underrated actor, and so is Tony Curtis. And together, the dialogue just snaps in this one here. I love it. Dazed and Confused. A movie that really brought Matthew McConaughey to the forefront. And because there's only a couple that are left there, I'm just going to grab those there rather than stop video. My father's favorite movie of all time. I got it to him for Christmas one year. I was really proud to be able to get him his favorite film, and my kids got it for me for Father's Day, and it brought a tear to my eye. Night Hunter. It is an amazing film. Another film that I suggest if any of you guys out there are getting into cinema, going to make films, watch this movie, please. Trying to look for places to put these now because I don't want this to fall over. Scanners, not for everybody. I do think it's a really fun film. It's a cool Cronenberg film. The lead actor is not exactly the most charismatic, but that was kind of what they were doing with it. He wasn't that type of actor. He wasn't going to be like going off the screen, but Michael Ironside does. And I think a lot of actors are going to fall to the wayside when it comes to acting alongside not Michael Ironside. Ace in the Hole, Billy Wilder. I really did like this film here. Kirk Douglas, just a fantastic film. You know, as an ex like newsie myself, newsie. Let's get out the dancing. Incredible film. Investigation of Citizen Under Suspicion. I guess the closest thing to Giallo or kind of Polizzi that did I say that right? That Criterion's going to have. Enjoy it. Foreign Correspondent, another fantastic Hitchcock film. Was the last one I needed of the Hitchcocks that are actually still available to get through Criterion, and I just love the cover there. Fantastic. I love the movie. Box sets. I have a couple. I have the Jacques Demy box set. It's incredible. If you don't have this one, this is one of the box sets that I do recommend. You do pick up Bay of Angels, kind of film noirish type of one. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg is like a musical, and it's a complete musical, all musical. You got to know that going in. The Young Girls of Rochefort is the one that I really, really enjoy. It's a fantastic film. Great, Gene Kelly's in this one as well. There's some great dancing, some great music. We have the guy from West Side Story in here. Donkey Skin Po Dan is like an incredible like fantasy tale. Just check it out. He has a wonderful, fantastic kind of almost early kind of like 30s, 40s type of style to his filmmaking. He was really in love with early Hollywood, you can tell it. And this is one that I really enjoyed, and I wasn't sure how much I was going to get into this one, but I better have got this one at an amazing price, and it's really cool. I wouldn't recommend like marathoning them too much. Just ask Logan and Nathan about that. But it's good to watch them. Watch one every once in a while and like really get into them because they're really fun films. And that's the Zadichi box set. It is an amazingly massive box set. It is an expensive one, but during the sale it gets on for like a fairly decent price. And there we go. It didn't take too long. We got through my Criterions. Hope that you guys found some there that you really liked. And for everybody out there, I hope you guys are having a happy, merry holidays. You're getting ready for that Christmas and all this, the merriment and the holidays and the shopping isn't overwhelming you guys. That you're taking the time to have fun with it and realize the happiness that's surrounding your family, your friends. And it's a good time to reconnect with people that you haven't connected with in a while. I haven't been able to do that with some of my friends that I haven't spoke to in a bit. Some that used to be working with me on that, which was a really, really great thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. And for me right now, my caramel macchiato was gone. I'm still awake, and it is time for tea. Have a great night. I am out of here. I am Aaron, and in a couple seconds, this collector's cap is coming off, and I gotta put back all these movies.